12 award shows on television for Dick Clark, the American Music Awards, the Country Music Awards. I've never been this intimidated from Sam with his two-timers over there. And his big deal is that he gets everybody out of here at 1:45. And I said, do you want me to finish at 1:45 or do you want me to speak for 20 minutes?
What do you say?
20 minutes.
I've never held people here after 1:45. So anybody that leaves, I didn't see you leave, it's okay. But, you know, at $100,000.
You do realize I'm pro bono today. So. And it was funny, last night my wife said to me, I'd been out in LA filming the American Bible Challenge show, and my wife said, I'd just gotten home from it. She said, now what are you doing tomorrow? I said, I'm the keynote speaker at the Buckhead Coalition. And she started laughing. She said, why? And I said, Sam got a hold of my number, and then I kind of never had a choice after that. You're an amazing man. You're an amazing man, and you're such a blessing to this city. And I've got to say, I grew up in Hateville by the airport. That never in my life did I envision as an adult I would be the keynote speaker at the Buckhead Coalition. We had to stop at I-20 and get a half-day pass just to come up here. And I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I had a spork, which was the Kentucky Fried Chicken plastic half-spoon half-fork. So I didn't even know anything about Buckhead, and so Sam had sent me a little pamphlet, sampling of achievements of the Buckhead Coalition, and then I got to think about, well, we had a hateful coalition that maybe I could share some of their achievements with you. Like I read in here that the Buckhead Coalition had commissioned Buckhead's own community flag. It was a bright green banner with an impressionistic Buckhead and dogwood blossoms, and it was made to foster community pride. The Hateful Coalition, taking the lead from the Buckhead Coalition, commissioned a community flag which featured a gas can and some jumper cables surrounded by a laurel of kudzu. The Buckhead Coalition raised $30,000 to refurbish the Atlanta History Center's Tully Smith Farm building. The Hateful Coalition raised $300 to purchase 3 new tires to replace the flats on City Hall. And last but not, thank you for getting that. In 2000, the Buckhead Coalition negotiated a $65,000 grant from the state for Fulton sheriffs to monitor underage drinking in the village. That very same year, the Hateville Coalition negotiated a lifetime discount at the Dwarf House, the original Chick-fil-A, for Ricky Lee Skidmore if he would quit buying beer for teenagers outside the local liquor store. I'm not making this redneck stuff up. People always say, where do you come up with this redneck stuff? I said, there's no research going on. This is not my entire childhood. I'm mailbox in front of our house. I had to paint it on the side of it, M-A-L-E. And by the time I was in the 11th grade, I was like, that ain't right. That M was supposed to be capitalized. That is a true story. When I was in the 3rd grade, my uncle did that as a joke, and nobody got it. And even though they're so close, we had words in Hateville that probably meant something different than they do in Buckhead, like mayonnaise. In Hateville, that meant like mayonnaise, a lot of people here today. Or initiate. My wife ate 2 hamburgers. Initiate a bag of chips. Or my favorite one, which I don't even think you have in Buckhead, is Widget Did You? Hey, you didn't bring your truck with you, did you? So I think, why in the world would you invite me to come speak to you today? Seriously, I'm 2 decisions from drywalling. And I bet I'm not the only one in the room that's in that condition. And I thought, well, maybe Sam thought because I hosted Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader all of those years that I was, because people really did think I was smarter than I am. And I used to tell people, if they didn't give me the blue cards, that would be the shortest show on television. We had a lady on, she had like a third grade grammar question. It was something about an antonym. And she said, I remember growing up there were homonyms and synonyms and antonyms. She said, I can't remember the difference of them. Can you use it in a sentence? My Aunt Nim came over for Thanksgiving dinner. I mean, this is all I do. I have no knowledge to give you. I started making a list of the things that I know versus what I don't know, and the don't know list is so much longer. Like I don't know how they know how long to make the cord for the first bungee jump at a new place. Artie, let him jump! Artie, shorten it up a little bit! Give his girlfriend a free t-shirt! I don't know why the dentist makes you lie to him. Every time I go to the dentist, he'll be looking at my mouth. He's like, oh, you have not been flossing every day, have you? No, not every day. Now, let me think. The last time I flossed, you did it. I don't know who closes the door when the bus driver gets off. You can get a headache. Do not think about that. I don't know why the people with the worst breath always stand the closest to you when they talk. They're like, guess what? I don't know, you got a dirty diaper in your mouth? Can I tell you something? All right, but do it quick. I can only hold my breath for 30 seconds. And you always try to offer them a piece of gum or a mint. They never take it. Oh, no thanks. I don't like the way those taste. Yeah, I can see where you wouldn't prefer peppermint to that cat poop you're chewing on right now. I don't know why the bank leaves the vault door wide open, but change the 25-cent ink pen to the counter. And why does the drive-up banking window have directions written in Braille? And they do. You look at it. I don't know why a new razor costs $6, but a pack of 8 replacement blades costs $2,000. Why are razor blades so expensive? You can put a kid through college by growing a beard. They won't even let you touch them. They're locked up in those jewelry cases. Here's why I think they've become so complicated. Sam, remember when we were growing up, you had one blade. Used it for a week, threw it away, got another. Now there's 5 blades. And the advertising companies have convinced us every one of those blades has its own job. Blade number 1 walks up to the whisker and pretends to recognize it from high school. Blade number 2 runs behind it and thumps it over the head with a beer bottle. Blade number 3 ties its hands together with duct tape, while blade number 4 warns the other whiskers to stay out of it or they're next. You know what I think's going on? I think it's just like those road crews. I think there is one blade doing all the work and there's 4 just standing around watching. I don't know why you can't ride a bicycle anymore without dressing like Lance Armstrong in the Tour de France. Does anybody remember when you could ride a bicycle wearing jeans and a t-shirt? Can't do it anymore. You got to have the uni. And it's not just athletic people. You got these fat middle-aged guys who look like the Michelin Man in a wetsuit. And they've got sponsor logos. Who's sponsoring you, Pop? Dunkin' Donuts, all right. Pedal on, doughboy, pedal on. I don't know why only rednecks are seeing UFOs. And here's the deal. You have to discount about 90% of that stuff right off the top, because my Uncle Jerry swore they had crop circles in their yard. And then we found out that his wife had called Goodwill, and they had come and got the trampoline and the boat trailer. So,